Just a quick note before this video begins, this is a heavily edited down version of a stream that I did previously. All the links to everything and more information will be in the description if you are interested in that. Otherwise, enjoy the video. Of course I can talk. Has your mind become so filled with cobwebs that you've forgotten your old friend? You ruined me, madam. It's good to see you up and about. I was beginning to wonder if you'd ever awaken, though I suppose time flows strangely in this place. Anyway, I've come to collect. Do you have the amount we agreed upon? Amount? Amount of what? Oh dear. If you really don't remember, we should go over the contract details again. Down there. The goat nods its head towards the ancient stone gateway leaning nearby. And how am I supposed to get through that solid rock? You're the one who sealed it last. Take a closer look and I'm sure it will come back to you. Open your witch's eye to inspect objects and creatures and discover their weaknesses. Goat, it'll help you out, trust me. Unveiling power. Don't underestimate your senses, my dear. You may be old, but you can see things others cannot. Hidden Linkless is lying below the surface. I can see it now. There are shallow runes etched onto the surface of the stone, but they are too faint for me to read. A powder of unveiling ought to do the trick. If you hadn't made a snack of my book, I wouldn't have to retranscribe my recipes. I shall not be held liable for any losses or inconvenience incurred as a result of abyssal position. Inspecting objects and creatures, you can learn new recipes to craft and learn more. Okay. Oh cool, I already have everything I need. You smear a handful of the growing powder onto the ruins of the doorway. A cool blue light emanates from the glyphs and envelops the entrance in its aura. You squint, attempting to discern the meaning of the letters. They appear to be in some obscure runic alphabet. What gibberish is this? It looks like it was carved by a frightened hen. It must be written in the umbral tongue. Allow me to translate. The goat steps up to the doorway and pauses. Well, what does it say? The goat swings its shaggy head towards you. Dark matted wool obscures the creature's beady eyes. I cannot see. Unbelievable. What help are you then? I didn't come here to help. I came here to collect. Now do something about this mop of hair, would you? Fine, fine. I think I have some rusty old shears down in the garden. The game is really pretty. Yep, the sheep. With much protesting and a nicked ear, you shear away the clumps of dirty hair from the goat's eyes. Ah, much better. Oh my, were you always this grotesque, or is my memory failing me as well? Watch your tongue, or I'll give it a good snip too. Now, can you read the runes or not? Yes, A space beneath, she sleeps alone. Tokens give up to the unknown. First of four shall unroot the stone. Braziers burn and await the crone. Crone? Who's it calling a crone? And what are these tokens I'm to burn? Perhaps you ought to take a closer look at those braziers. Blue feather, dog hair, frog slime, and a shiny stone. Dog hair, bird feather, frog slime, and a shiny stone. I don't suppose you swallowed up any of those things while I was asleep? I don't think so, but feel free to sift through this creature's leavings if you want to be completely sure. However, there's a whole world outside this little swamp, you know? See that gateway over there? The one with the lovely green flame? The goat motions to the far side of your yard. I guess a brisk walk in the woods would do these creaky joints some good. Too much time indoors is bad for the humans. Thick tangled vines have overgrown the ruined entrance. Something sharper than your fingernails will be needed to get through. Snipping and tearing, your shears make short work of the bramble. Okay. Guess we'll go into the unknown. Cut your way through the remaining vines and suddenly step onto a cold stone days? I don't know. Time seems to flow backwards, or maybe it speeds forwards. An oppressive, star-filled void stretches as far as you can see, though there is no wind or sound in this void. A warm fall breeze and chirping of birds seizes your attention. A doorway. I guess we go to the forest then. The woman spins around on her heels so quickly she nearly hits you with her spyglass. Ah, you startled me. Can't you see I'm busy with my scientific research? Research? What is it you're looking for with that contraption? Why, the famed indigo-tufted forest lark. They're said to be native to this forest and this forest only. Have you seen one perchance? You glance upwards at the small bluebird perched atop the oblivious woman's hat. I haven't, sorry. Shame. Well, it's never too late to open one's eyes to the wonders of the natural world. You never know what you'll discover. Your points at a nearby woodland critter, stuffing its cheek with seeds. Take that squirrel, for example. Spend a few moments watching its behavior and you'll learn everything you need to know about it. Observation is key. Now, if you don't mind, I wouldn't want to miss making an exciting new discovery. The bluebird glances vacantly at you before pooping on the brim of the woman's hat. Oh. Maybe I will craft that now. Yeah. Oh. Damn. Fucking destroyed that little squirrel there. Oi, lady, what's with that great stinking pot on your head? I would ask the same thing about all those stinking frogs in your trousers. Oh, you're just jealous. The boy fumbles between trying to wrangle all his frogs and swiping ineffectively at wayward flies with a shoddy-looking bug net. Juggling a little more than you can handle, eh? What exactly are you hoping to accomplish flailing about like that? Are ye daft? Me frogs are hungry, so I gotta catch some of these fireflies to feed 'em. He takes another wild swing, missing his target entirely. Why don't you let me take a few of those frogs off your hands for a moment? That would let you swing that net properly. Oh, I see how it is. You're after me precious prizes. Well, how about I give you the net and you catch me some fireflies? Then maybe I'll think about trading you one of my froggies. Take it. Is that a fucking fairy? Okay. Well, these hoppers ain't gonna stick around with empty bellies. The faster you catch those fireflies, the faster we can eat. The frogs can eat. Here are your fireflies. The boy shakes the jar, rattling the captured insects like pennies in a piggy bank. These are nice and juicy. The lads are gonna feast tonight. Now, about our deal, you agreed to trade me one of your pets there. Hahaha, what deal? I don't remember making no deal. A frog squirms out of the boy's overalls and plops down by his feet with a wet slap. Dang it, there goes the slippery Pete. He takes a clumsy wipe at the amphibian, but the creature squeezes out of his grasp and bounces into the underbrush. Oh, shucks. I never liked him anyways. You can catch him, he's all yours. There we go. I could dig out some coal with the right tool. Aye, you there? Give me a hand, would you? With what? You seem to have everything under control. Those stumps aren't going anywhere. My darn useless son was supposed to help me, but he's wandered off again. Probably to go bother frogs and eat bugs or some such nonsense. Anyway, I need help clearing away some of these dead logs. It's late in the season and the wood has started to rot. Just be careful of the purple mushrooms that sometimes grow inside. They'll make you powerful sleepy if you breathe in the spores. As much as I do love poisonous fungi, I'm not much of a lumberjack. Nonsense. Anyone can experience the joys of splitting a fine stump. Here, my boy won't be missing his hatchet. Okay. Maybe this. Okay. Here we go. It's actually, I think, a pretty decently large... It's a decently large map. Evening, ma'am. Come to check up on the pottery. I'm afraid I just fired up the kiln, so they'll still be a while. Pottery? Bah. I was just admiring that fine canine over there. You point to a scrag-looking mutt patrolling the yard. May I give her a petting? Oh, you can try, but I wouldn't if I value your fingers. She's a touch bitey today, and doesn't like people going near the ovens. I have a way with animals. Surely I can find something to calm her down. Something to calm her down or to kill her? I do want to try to make this, but I don't have the jar of water. Oh man, oh geez, I don't know about this. You tap the man's shoulder and he nearly tumbles headfirst in the well. Ah! What's the matter with you? I could have fallen in. Then perhaps you shouldn't be leaning over the edge like some wobbly stork. What's so interesting down this well anyways? Well, my grandpappy used to tell me that people drop all sorts of treasure down there. Just waiting for someone to dig it up. Got myself a trowel and thought I'd give it a go. But the rope's out and it looks awful dark and damp. I get goosebumps just thinking about all the ghoulies that might be lurking down there in the shadows. Ever considered ghoulies might get goosebumps thinking about you lurking up here in the sunlight? No, not really. Not sure if that makes me feel any better about them, actually. Maybe the business of treasure hunting isn't for me after all. Here, why don't you take my trowel? I don't think I'll be needing it. You can go down in the well and see those ghoulies yourself. Okay. The well is deep and dark. You might be able to climb down into it, but the rope has long since... Yeah, let's just put another rope. You toss the length of a strong homemade rope down into the darkness. It seems like it should support you without much fuss. Okay, before... Alright, fuck it. Let's go into the well. Oh, look now. No, okay. I do have everything I need. And then... Okay. Doggy, eat it. Take it. Go get it. Yeah. Frog slime, boofs, feathers, shiny stone, and dog hair. That's all I need for those braziers. I should head back home now. Lots of stuff I can get. Blue feather. Strong force pulls the feather down into the large basin like a magnet. It bursts into a bright flash of light as cold flames engulfs its essence. Brazier awaits an offering. Dog hair. The dog hairs take a moment to fall from your fingers, fluttering down into the basin one by one. The fur bristles into the foul-smelling coils before erupting into a cold green flame. Brazier awaits an offering. Frog slime. You gently squeeze the globs of wet slime from your snatchel into the basin. The mucus bubbles and pops before the cold flames reduce it into a fine, odorless ash. The brazier awaits an offering. Shiny stone. You drop the stone into the basin with a resounding chiming sound. Fractures trace across the pebble before it cracks open and a cold green light swallows it within its flames. I can fucking read. Emerald flames of the braziers play strange shadows across the stone doorway. You watch as the fingers of shadows crawl up the rock face and crack open the solid granite like a stale bread. The stone crumbles away into darkness, revealing a yawning stairway descending down into the cold earth. After you, madam. Ah! Got an achievement. Woman! Woman? Woman. 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 Encased inside a gilded crystal coffin lies the body of a young woman. Though she sleeps in an enchanted slumber, her ageless features express a deep sadness. The sound of cloven hooves echo against the marble floor as the goat comes to your side. Quite something, isn't she? Do you remember bringing her to me? I brought her to you? Why? Who is she? I haven't the faintest idea. All I know is you brought her lifeless form to my doorstep and begs me to save her soul. Save her from what? And why is she asleep? Why? From the 12 wicked souls whom you said wronged her in life. Villains who deceived her and cheated her and broke her spirit. And we agreed, here she will sleep until our contract is fulfilled. Until you bring me those 12 wicked souls. What? I remember no such contract. Our pact is binding, regardless of what you do or do not remember. At the goat's words, you feel something hard and dark locked away in the depths of your heart. It speaks the truth. And just why should I do your bidding? Seems like a lot of bothersome trouble to me. What do I care about some sleeping beauty? Bring me the 12 souls, and I will release the sleeping maiden from her slumber. Our agreement will be fulfilled. Who knows? In time you may eventually remember why you brought her to me in the first place. Or you can simply return to the comfort of your little hovel, where you will waste away until the weeds grow so thick that not even your shears will be able to cut you free. And your mind will stay as empty as that grimoire of yours. But it's a big decision to make so hastily. Why don't you sleep on it? A heavy weight fills your marrow. Your eyelids flutter, barely able to stay open. What have you done to me? I can't stay awake. What the fuck? Okay. A little weird, but we'll just go to the outside. Good morning. I trust you've made up your mind. Will you collect the souls I've asked for, or would you prefer to stay stuck in this festering swamp? All right. No need to get your horns in a twist. I'll do as you ask. You haven't given me much choice. Splendid. As it happens, I can already sense the first 4 souls we need to seek. 2 are in the forest, another in the swamp to the north, and the last in the fields to the south. Could you be more specific? Near a shapely stump, perhaps inside a tree with a face, by an overgrown mushroom grove? What do I look like? A compass? Go out there and look for yourself.